Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 17 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We're just going to jump back into things with the rental team that I've been using for the last 2 days. Probably going to use this just for a little bit longer before switching to a brand new team. I've been asking for what you would like to see in suggestions, so if you have any recommendations in terms of Pokemon or strategies you'd like to see, definitely let me know in the comments below. I am going to Madison this weekend for regionals over there. I'll be commentating that tournament, and the entire tournament will be streamed at pokemon.com/live, so definitely come check that out. If you're at that tournament, definitely come and say hello. So I'll be there from Friday to Monday, but afterwards, hopefully when I'm back, I'll be switching to a brand new team. Anyway, we're going to get into our first game today, going up against another QR code team as well, with a really scary team. We see the Choreo, I definitely mispronouncing that, but that Dancy Bird thing, plus Pheromosa, Tapu Lele, Garchomp, and then Torkoal Lilligant. So, my strategy so far has really just been, Raichu and Tapu Koko, and I don't really see much of a reason to deviate from that. Although this time I guess there is a Tapu Lele, so that does make things a little bit more difficult. Otherwise I could, if the Tapu Lele weren't on the team, I could very confidently go Raichu Koko. Alternatively, I could go Garchomp, maybe Aerodactyl. So typically with Choreo, like Pheromosa will go for a Quiver Dance, and then it copies it with Dancer. I think I'm going to still go double Electric here. Although if that's Scarf Chomp, that could be really scary. And I could totally see that being Scarf Chomp. I guess I could go my own Garchomp and Aerodactyl. That might work a little bit better. With Raichu and Koko in the back. Sure. This is going to be a very fast-paced, I think, a heavy offensive game, but my opponent has a lot of scary Pokemon, so we'll see how this goes. But yep, gonna get into the first game of today's episode. As always, if you guys enjoy Road to Ranked, please share your support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, if you're in Madison this weekend for, I believe, is the last weekend of North American Regionals, definitely come and say hello. I'll also be in Indianapolis in July for the International Championships there. But gonna go with Garchomp, Aerodactyl. It's gonna be Lilligant, Torkoal. Okay, so Raichu Koko would have worked out nicely, but I was scared of Scarf Chomp plus the Lele switching into a Psychic terrain to negate the Fake Out. So this still isn't too bad, I think. Yes, Torkoal is really threatened here. Does my opponent have any safe switches into Earthquake? Not really. Lilligant still is faster though, so it could like Grass Z move me. I think I'll Tailwind here. And part of me really just wants to Rock Slide instead of Earthquaking. But I guess Earthquake really does cover everything, other than Choreo, which Aerodactyl covers. So yeah, I'll just Tailwind and Earthquake here. I think Lilligant's still faster than me, but that's okay. Could Hidden Power Ice. I ran that on my Lilligant in the very beginning of the season. More likely maybe Sleep Powder, or Grassium Z move. But it can only target at one of my two Pokemon. So Torkoal switches out, okay. Into Tapu Lele, that's fine with me. So I kind of wanted to bait out the Tapu Lele because now I can bring in Koko Raichu. So I've got the Psychic terrain out on the field, which is actually more in my favor. We do just see the Sleep Powder, okay. Gonna target down the Aerodactyl, smart play. So the annoying thing is my opponent, well first of all my opponent should be able to guess that I'm Scarf now, seeing that my Earthquake went before Aerodactyl. Lele can't take another one, so Lilligant needs to Sleep Powder my Garchomp and then connect with... Like, if it misses Sleep Powder, then I'm in a really good position. That's part of the reason why I stopped using Lilligant. Like, reliance on Sleep Powder is just pretty bad. But, yeah. I alternatively could pull a double switch here into Raichu Koko. That might not be too bad. Yeah, maybe I'll just stay in. Yeah, because if my opponent misses Sleep Powder, then I'm in a really good position, and if I wake up, I'm also in a really good position. I guess the odds are, like, kind of 50-50 there. Yeah, I'll still Tailwind here. Let's see. Lele actually switches out. Okay, so that's even better for me. Back out into Garchomp, so we know all four now. No Pheromosa or Choreo. Energy Ball just comes out. Wow, that's cool. Not what I was expecting. And it does less than 50%, okay. So yeah, no ground resists other than Lilligant here, definitely helping me a little bit. If I could wake up here with Aerodactyl, it'd be really nice. Nice, I do wake up. So yeah, that's why sleep is just so unreliant, because, you know, stuff like that. So I wake up now, I still have my sash, which is quite nice. I can just Earthquake again. I honestly might just Rock Slide here. Because Rock Slide Earthquake will knock out Lilligant, I think. And could flinch as well. Covers any switch-ins. And we don't see any switch-outs. Yeah, nice. So I'm pretty sure Rock Slide should be able to knock out Lilligant, since it's pretty defensively frail. Let's see. Wow. Citrus Lilligant. Okay, that's like the one thing I didn't expect. At least do connect with Rock Slide on both, though. I don't think that knocks out Chomp. Comes close, but doesn't. What the? Okay, I guess I should have actually anticipated that with Oricorio. That's really cool. Quiver Dance. And Garchomp just Rock Slides in return. Okay, I'll take that turn. Because my Garchomp literally can still just Earthquake through everything. So I don't know what my opponent's game plan really is here, because I still have Tailwind up. So I'm pretty much just mindlessly using spread attacks right now, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm just going to EQ Rock Slide again. Garchomp should still be faster because I've got the Scarf and the Tailwind, which negates the Sun boost and the Lilligant boost. Lilligant, of course, could be faster than my Garchomp, though, but I think 2 Earthquakes should knock out Lilligant in that range at this point. So this has really been the Garchomp Aerodactyl show. And we don't see any Protects come out once again. Okay, that's fine with me. Sun is also running out soon. Yeah, Lilligant will hang on with the Sliver. So, Quiver Dance Lilligant, that's really cool. Should have Sky Drop then, I guess. And it does just go for the Energy Ball. Ooh, I should have Sky Drop because I can miss Rock Slide here. Missing would actually be pretty bad. Okay, but I connect, so that's kind of fortunate. Sky Drop would have been a safer play. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, so I'll bring in Raichu here because there's still the terrain. And if I bring in Coco, then Electric Terrain will go up, and then Psychic Terrain will go up again afterwards, I think. And Raichu's probably better to bring in here anyway. Since, yeah, I could just Rock Slide Z move. Yep, then Lele comes in. Quiver Dance, though, wow. That is really cool. That did stop my Garchomp from sweeping through, which was a nice play on my opponent's end. I think I can play it safe here and actually go for the Z move into Torkoal. Actually, no, I shouldn't do that. Yeah, what I should do, actually, I think is Z move into Tapu Lele. Since I still have Tailwind up, I believe. Yes. And Sky Drop Torkoal. Yeah, so this guarantees me, because I'll be able to do damage even through Protect. Okay, it doesn't Protect, yeah, so that should guarantee the game. Because now, what I was thinking is, let's say if Tapu Lele protects, I still get the guaranteed damage off through it, and then next turn I can protect. Or I guess I could go for a double protect, but then I just Thunderbolt it. So maybe that actually wasn't the safest play, because if my opponent got a double, then I could have lost. It also could be Scarf Lele, and part of me did want to just use the Z move. I don't think Psychic with just the terrain knocks out Torkoal. I also could have Rock Slided and maybe Thunderbolted, but I didn't want to risk Rock Slide missing. And I know I should be able to just knock out the Torkoal with Coco in the back. And by taking Torkoal, yeah, Sun fades as well. So that's also what I was going for. So everything disappears, but that's okay, because now, yeah, I don't think Torkoal should be able to one-shot the Aerodactyl. So, yep, I'm just going to blow my Thunderbolt into Torkoal's in the sky. Don't think that hits. I think some attacks hit if it's in the sky. That might that works differently from Fly actually. Oh, never mind. Sorry, Aerodactyl's faster. Yeah, so I still get the damage off against it. With Skydrive actually doing a decent amount of damage there too, but that's because of course Aerodactyl is pretty physically oriented. Thunderbolt, they're doing a whole lot and actually paralyzing Torkoal as well. And Torkoal just going for a Heat Wave. Yep. Okay, nice. So yep, that does not knock out Aerodactyl. No burn either. So the thought process there was Sun should expire there, so even if Lele does get the double protect, it will still have a sliver of HP, and Torkoal will still be brought down to pretty low, and then I can just finish the game with Rock Slide and Dazzling Gleam from Tapu Koko in the back. No need to Sky Drop there, I'll just Thunderbolt. So, yeah, I'm really surprised how many like Torkoal Lilligant teams we've been running into. My opponent just going for a last-ditch protect, maybe to scout out for information. Not much you can do here, though. So, like, a lot of teams struggle against Torkoal Logan because, like, you'll be slower, and they can just kind of cheese you with, you know, after you an Eruption or Sleep Powders. But this team has a lot of answers to it. You've got the Koko Raichu combination. You also have Garchomp Aerodactyl. No double protect there. So, yep, Rock Slide here should finish things off. Yeah, so there are a lot of answers against Torkoal Logan. We didn't see the Pheromosa or Oricorio. But I think that was probably the right call on my opponent's end, just because I had Aerodactyl, Raichu, and Tapu Koko. Part of me wanted to bring in Celesteela, because I was like, oh, it matches up pretty decently against Garchomp, against Pheromosa. But I was like, oh, why bring something that's like a wall when you are going against some of the most offensive Pokemon that you can, right? Might as well just bring my own offensive sweepers, because I know I've got the Scarf on Chop, which helps immensely against teams like this. Once I was able to get that Tailwind up, waking up early with Aerodactyl was pretty good as well. I think I maybe could have played the end game a little bit cleaner, and if anything, I did get lucky that Lilligant went for... Like, I don't really understand the Energy Ball play there onto my Garchomp instead of Quiver Dancing or going for a Sleep Powder. Maybe fearing that I would switch into my Tapu Koko because Electric Terrain, of course, cancels, or I would be able to negate Sleep from that, so that would make some sense. But otherwise, yep, being able to blow through is pretty good. I think probably the right Pokemon choices overall in that one. Buzzwole doesn't really offer too much in that matchup. And another Torkoal Lilligant team. This is crazy. How many Torkoal Lilligant teams are on Battle Spot right now? I mean, it's cool. Ashton Cox, of course, did win the, not London, the Sao Paulo International Championship with the Torkoal Lilligant team. Also had Mimikyu and Pheromosa and Snorlax. So this one's Torkoal Lilligant. Also another Tapu Lele this time with Ninetales, Muck, and Mimikyu. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to go Garchomp Aerodactyl, because Aerodactyl can taunt. Ninetales might be baited to come out here. If that's the case, I can take advantage of that. I think this one will be a little bit trickier than the last one, just because they're bulkier Pokemon on my opponent's side. Yeah, I really have to make sure Trick Room doesn't go up. That's the other concern. And if that's a Mentor, not Pheromosa, Mimikyu, that could be a major problem for me. I think I might bring Celesteela here because it does wall Lele, Ninetales, and Lilligant. Raichu's not that great here. Buzzwole I think you could make a case for, but I'm going to go with Tapu Koko because if a Trick Room isn't up, then Thunderbolt one-shots Torkoal. And does it, brings Ninetales down to Sash, can Dazzling Gleam. And Buzzwole would be kind of helpful against Muck, and I can hit everything for super effective or neutral, I guess, but I'm not comfortable enough where Buzzwole will be in a position to really get free attacks off since there is that Tapu Lele sitting on the field. So hopefully I can catch my opponent off guard with the Garchomp Aerodactyl combination, especially with Scarf Chomp. Like if you lead Ninetales, you might think, oh, this is so free, I can just Blizzard. But not the case with Scarf Chomp. But pretty interesting to see Ninetales and Torkoal on the same team, just because you'd imagine, oh, you have Hail and you have Sun, you don't want those out since they do hurt each other, kind of. Sun negating the 100% accurate Blizzards. And we do see Muck Ninetales. Ooh, that's quite nice for me, actually. Mainly because I've got the Scarf here, and that's part of the element of surprise I was hoping to play with. So my opponent might just be like, oh yeah, I can just, Blizzard here. Unless that's Scarf Ninetales. But yeah, Aerodactyl's pressure reveals that I'm faster. So yeah, I can just click the Earthquake Rock Slide buttons here. Today has been very autopilot-y, but a lot of teams seem to struggle against this combination. And if my opponent doesn't expect Scarf Garchomp, I literally could win turn 1. Even if he or she does, though, I don't know really what you could do too much here. The only downside is if I miss the Rock Slide onto Ninetales, that actually could just instantly lose me the game. So maybe I shouldn't have gambled on a 90% chance to win. Sky Dropping could have been a little bit safer. But I didn't want to take a knockoff into Aerodactyl. Actually, Sky Dropping probably... no. Okay, Muck protects. That means Ninetales not protecting, so if I don't miss Rock Slide, that's huge. Okay, Earthquake comes out. I wonder if Earthquake plus Skydrop knocks out Ninetales. It might? Because Ninetales is... I don't think so, actually. Please don't miss. Okay. Man, my heart was like jumping there for a moment. So that's really good because Ninetales goes down instantly. So my opponent, yeah, I mean, obviously making that play, not expecting the Choice Scarf, just expecting me to maybe protect and Tailwind. Or just hoping to knock out Aerodactyl. But instead, yeah. That's where, like, Scarf Chomp really can catch your opponent off guard. I guess I also could have Poison Jabbed. No, actually, no, but I'd still have to risk missing with Rock Slide. Tapu Lele coming in, okay, that's fine. So Muck is forced to switch out now or eat up an Earthquake. The only question I have right now is, is Tapu Lele scarfed? Because on this kind of team composition, it certainly could be. But I do have Celesteela right now. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Rock Slide here and Earthquake, to be honest. Like, there's not much downside there, right? Because my opponent doesn't have any ground resists other than Lilligant, and if, let's say, Mimikyu switches in, which is, I guess, what I'm scared of. Like, Earthquake will break its disguise. I think that Lele is going to be scarfed. That's my one fear. But I still have Celesteela in the back, yeah. And that actually just walls everything. And if it's Torkoal, then Garchomp and Aerodactyl match up quite nicely. So I'm just going to EQ Rock Slide again. Okay, yeah, no switch outs. Sure. Yeah, so today has been the Garchomp Aerodactyl show, because it is blowing through my opponent's teams. Doesn't knock out Muck, though. Not too much of a surprise. Muck is rather defensively bulky, especially when you're not running a, you know, like a Life Orb or something on Garchomp. Not that that's too common. And it is Scarf Lele like I thought it might be. Okay. But it chooses to Moonblast Garchomp, okay, which is to be expected, actually, I should say. But I don't think Muck's knockoff will knock me out, and I don't miss Rock Slide, which is quite fortunate as well. That plus Hail might knock out Tapu Lele. Actually, Rock Slide just knocks out Tapu Lele. Wow. Aerodactyl is really strong. And I flinch Muck. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't think that makes a huge difference, but it certainly makes this a little bit easier because if the last one is the Mimikyu, then I'm really set. I think here... It's gonna be Torkoal or Mimikyu. There's no way it's Lilligant. So I can't just bring in Tapu Koko, I think. Actually, I like Celesteela a little bit more. Yeah, because if it's Torkoal, then I can just Sky Drop. Either way, I can Sky Drop. And if it's Mimikyu, then my opponent just definitely loses. You gotta think it's Torkoal. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. That's fine. Because what I can do now is Sky Drop Torkoal. I can't believe we faced 2 Torkoal Lilligant teams in a row. That's so weird. Yeah, so I can just Heavy Slam now into Muck. And Sky Drop the Torkoal. And then afterwards, what's cool is I can just protect Celesteela the turn Torkoal comes down. So this Aerodactyl is really fun to use. Kind of underrated in my opinion. We haven't seen it too much in VGC 17, but yep, my opponent not going for any protects, maybe expecting me to just Rock Slide. Not going to risk that. Heavy Slam should be able to come out and knock out Muck, even if not, Hail should finish it off. Yep, nice. Gets the clean knockout. Very good. So I will get a Beast Boost there as well, which could allow me to maybe survive a Fire-type attack like a Heat Wave. Heat Wave I definitely would survive. Eruption at like 75%, I'm not too sure. So I might as well play this turn safe and protect Celesteela as the Aerodactyl brings down the Torkoal. Yeah, and then I can just like Rock Slide it away. I mean, it's game over at this point. There's no way Torkoal wins in this matchup. I just think it's a funny coincidence we faced 2 Torkoal teams in a row. But pretty much the Choice Scarf there instantly won me the game turn 1. That's why I was saying, like, I pretty much can win this turn 1 if my opponent doesn't expect it. That's why this kind of team is, like, especially good for best of 3 play. And we actually just see Heat Wave come out to no Eruption. And Aerodactyl will definitely be able to take that due to its resistance. Yeah, it takes that very nicely, actually. No burn either, which is fortunate. Yeah, I mean, with Koko in the back, there's pretty much nothing my opponent can do. I'll just Flamethrower Rock Slide. I wonder if that knocks out. Probably not. Rock Slide, I would think. I think it would be really close, but I'd expect Torkoal to hang on with like 10% or so, maybe less. Yeah, looks like that. We'll see how much. Actually, Flamethrower probably doesn't do too much here. Let's see if I called it. Yeah, just around there. A little bit less. I actually get the flinch. I mean, I feel bad, I guess, but I don't think either flinches really mattered too much here. And I'm really surprised my opponent didn't even try to set up Trick Room or bring the Mimikyu. But there are, I mean, obviously, like, whenever you see Celesteela, you have to be a little bit worried about bringing Mimikyu. Yeah, so we get a forfeit. And that probably means we have time for 3 games. One of the perks of using a more hyper-offensive team is playing a lot of games. Games going by relatively quickly when opponents are caught off guard by sets. So, yeah, this team has done exactly what it's needed to. I think it's just kind of funny we've been going up against less meta standard teams, like yesterday's episode with the like Porygon 2 Gigalith Tapu Fini core, and just more hyper offense here. But, yeah, we should have time for a 3rd game here, which is cool. And let's see what we get. A pretty nice win streak, win streak with this team as well so far. I'm glad. I definitely was like trying to find at least a fun team to use. We're going to find Zone Extreme from New York with a pretty high rating. I think we've definitely run into him on Battle Spot throughout the years, with Garchomp, Lele, Muk, Koko, Gyarados, and Cortana, so definitely a little bit more standard this time around. So I can't just carelessly lead Raichu Koko. That could be Scarf Chomp on my opponent's end as well, which would actually make a lot of sense. This is a lot trickier. Okay. I could go my own Garchomp and Aerodactyl. I guess that's not too bad. Boswell is so tempting, but there's double fairies and Intimidate. Yeah, this is definitely a game where like things aren't as clear-cut, I would say. Could go like Raichu Garchomp to take advantage of the fact my opponent might lead Lele to dissuade the Raichu Koko combination. Because when you see Raichu Koko, you basically want to lead with something that instantly shuts that down. But... So, the thing is also, like, Celesteela wins this. It wins against everything other than Tapu Koko if I can knock out Koko. So, you know what? Yeah, my priority is going to be to knock out Koko. I'm going to go Garchomp, Aerodactyl, my own Tapu Koko, and Celesteela. Because I think this is a match where it's like, I don't necessarily need to brute offense it, but if I knock out all the major threats, then the Celesteela can be in a position where it can just wall everything. Yeah, you can Leech Seed up against everything. I guess if Garchomp could have Sword Stance, a Fire Fang, which is the set I won Oregon Regionals with, Gyarados could be D-Dance with like Water Z move. But Garchomp Aerodactyl's been pretty good today. We see Lele Cortana, okay. So yeah, that makes me wonder whether it's Scarf Lele or not. Actually, no, it's not, because pressure goes off before. I wish I had Fire Fang here. I really would go for it, I think. I wonder if Earthquake Rock Slide knocks out Lele. I don't think it does, so I could Poison Jab Rock Slide. But the Earthquake... I'm gonna Earthquake Rock Slide, because I've got the speed advantage right now. I could flinch, and the combination of Earth... Like, if Lele protects here... Oh, it's Scarf Kartana. Okay. That's pretty bad. I did not anticipate that, which I should have. Makes a lot of sense, too. Yeah, I don't think Earthquake Rock Slide knocks out. It could. I don't... no, that looks like pretty bulky Lele. Yeah, I don't think I will. I totally forgot about Scarf Tana. And it's so close, but it doesn't get the knockout. Flinch? Nah, Z move. Very good play by my opponent. I'm trying to think what I could have done better. Either Poison Jab Rock Slide into Tapu Lele or Tailwind and Earthquake. But this is pretty much the worst case scenario since I lose Scarf Chomp and Cortana's still threatening as it's faster. And Shattered Psyche most definitely. If anything, I guess my opponent did burn a Z move, which is good. But I played that kind of poorly. I can bring in Celesteela now. I think I'll bring Koko though, yeah. So the other question is, I mean, you'd imagine my opponent definitely has Tapu Koko in the back. So now it's like, do you Leaf Blade Aerodactyl, or do you Leaf Blade Tapu Koko? Ooh, I could Discharge, actually. That's not a good idea to lock into. Shoot, I don't know if Specs Gleam knocks out Scarf Tana. I'm gonna Gleam and Tailwind. But that's me banking on Dazzling Gleam knocking out Cortana. I feel like it should. Because the issue is if I don't knock it out and it knocks my Aerodactyl out, then I just lose instantly. Because then you knock out Koko. So I'm definitely clicking Dazzling Gleam here. The question is, what do I do with Aerodactyl? Like, do I switch out into Celesteela? Or do I hope my opponent gambles a bit? I'm going to switch into Celesteela. Maybe I should have Rock Slided, or Tailwinded. That's what I wanted to go for, because I want to catch the Koko in the back. Off guard. Okay, Lele protects, that's fine. Leaf Blade. He made the read. Yeah. So I could have Tailwinded there, right? And that actually might have just won me the game. Yeah, so Spec Scream knocks out Cortana, but now Koko, if it's in the back, comes in for free. Yeah, I mean, it was a 50-50 on who Cortana would target, but I guess Like, I could have capitalized off that. Like, if I tailwinded there, I'd be in such a good position, because then I could just Rock Slide Dazzling Gleam, and so you can't bring in Coco. Unless my opponent didn't bring in Tapu Koko this game. And even if my opponent did, I guess it's still not the end of the world, because yeah, so there's the Coco. That much is not a surprise. Okay, so I definitely clicked the Dazzling Gleam button here. Like, it could be faster Coco. I mean, it could just choose the Dazzling Gleam here. So maybe I should just Heavy Slam. Yeah, because if it Thunderbolts Celesteela, then I still have a faster Aerodactyl, or a Speed Tie. So it could come down to a Speed Tie or two. But I'm going to Heavy Slam here. Okay, Coco protects. Good play, scouting out for a Protect of Mine and getting a free switch in. Yeah, I'd say my one big... I mean, it wasn't a big... This game's been pretty fast, too. Like, that's the nature of the team. But I should have Tailwinded with Aerodactyl. But hindsight's 2020, because, like, if Kartana just knocks me out there, then I'm switching into a Celesteela against a Coco. Okay, so I knock out Kartana, I knock out Lele, and yeah, there's a Muck that I thought would maybe be in the back. So if that has Shadow Sneak, I am especially screwed. Yeah, so I'm gonna Dazzling Gleam, and Thunderbolt should knock me out with Electric Terrain up, and that's still up for 3 turns. I can't do much about that. Can Dazzling Gleam. Fire my opponent. I think I Thunderbolt Celesteela and just Poison Jab Coco. So I could hope that I get the free Gleam off and then flinch with Rock Slide, or win. I have to win the Speed Tie. I need some RNG right now. Okay, never mind. He has Shadow Sneak, so that's game. Unless I survive this, but it shouldn't. Yeah. Oh, I crit me. I don't think the crit matters. I'm pretty sure he knocks it out. Anyway. But yeah, with Shadow Sneak, that all but pretty much seals the deal. So basically, losing Scarf Jump was really bad here because it was so good against my opponent's team, especially against the Coco and the Muck. So turn 1, I was like, I thought Earthquake Rock Slide maybe could pick up the knockout on Lele, so I was like, oh, even if it's Scarf Taunt, I should be fine. But obviously that wasn't the case. It hung out with a sliver of HP, so that was bad. And then the other big play I could have made this turn was Tailwinding. And I was, obviously I was really considering it, but I was like, no, it's, you got to play safe here and Leaf Blade the Aerodactyl. But my opponent made a great read there, expecting a Protector switch out and called it correctly. So that's pretty much all going to be game, unless I survive a Thunderbolt magically. I guess my opponent could anticipate Aerodactyl to protect, but there's no reason you don't double up on Celesteela. But I guess if I win a Speed Tie and flinch, and Muck doesn't target down Aerodactyl for some reason, I could win. But yeah, the correct play here is to just Shadow Sneak and Thunderbolt, because Tapu Koko should be able to one-shot Celesteela with terrain up. So very well played by my opponent. I, should have anticipated Scarftana. That in itself was pretty bad. And so like turn 1 I could have made a better play by maybe focusing Lele a little bit more. Like I don't mind the Earthquake Rock Slide play there as much. I just lost a big opportunity to get a free Tailwind up when I brought in Tapu Koko. But I guess with Shadow Sneak on Muck, I'm not sure if that actually makes too much of a difference. If anything, the way I should have approached this matchup was conserving Garchomp, so maybe switching it out turn 1. Well, it's not like yeah, I could have switched Garchomp into Celesteela turn 1. That actually would have been a lot smarter. Yeah. That's another thing. Like, turn 1, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm okay with the play I made. No, like, switching to Celesteela and Tailwinding is an infinitely better play in every position there. Because Celesteela under Tailwind actually threatens my opponent's entire team. So I don't know why I didn't really think of that. I just got too greedy with Garchomp Aerodactyl since it was doing so well earlier today. Like, yeah, if I conserve Garchomp in that matchup and I get Celesteela in, especially against Scarftana, and since it reveals itself to be Scarftana, I can easily Heavy Slam and Rock Slide that slot, and that covers Muck and the Tapu Koko if they're switching in, and even if the Kartana stays in, like, what Scarftana are going to do against Celesteela. So I think the way I should have played this game was baiting out the attacks. Even if I didn't know my opponent's set, Celesteela is an excellent switch in into Kartana and Tapu Lele, so switch in Celesteela, set up Tailwind, bring Garchomp back in, and then sweep in the late game. Instead of losing Garchomp turn 1, I didn't assess like Garchomp was the most important Pokemon in this matchup, mainly because I did know there was a potential Gyarados on that side, but with a lot of electric types, it's unlikely my opponent would bring it. So definitely could have just played a lot better overall in terms of matchups and kind of thinking about a long-term game plan, and I kind of just got trigger happy with Earthquake Rock Slide, but very well played by my opponent. Clean win there, or clean loss there from my end, clean win on my opponent's end, and definitely a pretty good game to reflect on, because I think I just played sub-optimally in terms of having having executing a good game plan. But yep, that's going to be it for this episode. You guys did get 3 games, a lot of fun, and very well played to my opponents, especially that last one. So hope you guys enjoyed. As always, leave a like if you did, and I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, peace.